Good morning, Hoosiers, and welcome back to the Bloomington Breakfast Club.
It feels crazy to be standing here for the last time. This morning we are so excited to be bringing you the unnecessary updates one last time. We are also bringing our producers into the studio with us to discuss our favorite TBBC moments.
I am so sad that Michael and I will be graduating next week, but we are very excited to introduce our new co-hosts for the Bloomington Breakfast Club Season 9.
Stay tuned, Hoosiers. This is an episode you do not want to miss.
Now it's time for my favorite part of the morning, the unnecessary updates, where we discuss some of the pop culture headlines from this week. Joining us here at the chairs for the last time is our TBBC correspondent, Asher Michelson. Asher, last show, graduating next week. How are you feeling?
It's an overwhelming and really bittersweet, exciting feeling. Last one, best one. Let's kick it off right. Let's get it.
Yes.
Love that energy.
First thing, my favorite topic, I love podcasts, and Spotify has announced that they will be offering a podcast subscription service, giving creators the chance to charge a set subscription price for access to their podcasts. This is in response to a similar podcasting subscription service that Apple has announced. However, Spotify insists that creators will make more money with their service, as they will receive 100% of subscriber revenues for the first 2 years after launching.
I love this. I listen to podcasts all the time. I listen to the Bella's podcast, Tyler Oakley's. And I feel like if I can give them a little bit more money for what I already love to enjoy and listen to, especially when I work out, sometimes I just listen to a podcast instead of music. So It's almost like an ASMR kind of thing. It's just nice to listen to someone's voice.
No, I hear that. Yeah, they're definitely the content creators. So if you can make sure they get as much money as possible for putting out that great content, I'm all for it. I love podcasts too. I try to listen to it as much as possible, and it'd be great to support the ones that you really like, because they really put a lot of effort into research and putting it all together, and I think it shows that they could use a bit more money because of the amount of ads that they always have embedded in those things, right, with codes and all that. So
right, it's interesting to see, a shifting business model with something that kind of started and then really blew up. The podcasting industry is huge now, with so many celebrities getting in on getting their own podcasts, and it'll be interesting to see kind of how the industry reacts, if their viewership stays the same, all those things. But I definitely have a few favorites that I will be definitely subscribing to.
Right. So in addition to announcing the podcast subscription service, Apple also announced that its new products at the Spring Loaded event. It announced there will be hitting stores. They're going to have a purple iPhone, a silicone iMac that will be sold in different colors, and they're going to have an AirTag tracking device similar to the Tile, which of course is going to be hugely useful. So they also announced Apple Card, Apple Card Family, which will enable children 13 years or older to use the credit card. Not in my house, I don't think, but
I'm a little confused about the tag thing exactly, because there's multiple tags for your multiple devices. It's supposed to make you in the house find it faster, or what's the purpose exactly?
Yeah, so I think that there's an accessibility component to where it can be voice activated as well. So that's a huge step in the right direction as far as being able to locate items easier. But it is at a higher price point. It's going to be $29 for one single tag. So that is at a higher price point than the competitor in the market, like the Tile. And there have been a couple popping up. So it's a good time for Apple, I think, to respond to that trend, because who isn't losing their Apple products
right
at this time? You kind of need a way to keep track of everything.
And the purple iPhone looks cute. It's a
It
pretty
does look
purple.
It is cute.
It's a nice lilac.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure. And still that price is a lot better than losing your super expensive
phone.
Apple phone or whatever
Yes.
device you have. So
Very true.
yeah.
In other news, Jay-Z has invested in a fitness company, the LIT Method, which specializes in low-impact, high-intensity training using their at-home strength machine. So the machine is kind of like an all-in-one water rower, Pilates reformer, and resistance training that allows for over 500 exercises, including rowing, bar, strength training, and physical therapy. It's interesting because it's trying to kind of move away from that at-home cycling trend. So what do you guys think? Are you going to be in on it, or?
It kind of reminds me of like a total gym sort of like rowing machine sort of thing. You said it was Jay-Z?
Yeah, Jay-Z, yeah.
Jay-Z,
What
okay.
does Jay-Z know about like fitness exactly?
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, I don't really know. He's kind of, entering the business space and like starting his own companies lately. So I think that he's trying to, I think he's kind of found like this new thing. I think that it could be successful, especially considering that cycling has such a big part of the market right now for that at-home fitness. Right. I feel like this would have been really great like last year at this time. When everyone had to go home and just start working out from home. But it'll be interesting to see if at-home workouts continue to be such a trend, or if people are excited to go back into the gyms once we're able to.
I mean, I love the Peloton. I'm a Peloton boy. Cody Rigsby's my favorite. I love it. It's kind of like a cult, but it's okay. So I'm okay with that. The Jay-Z thing. Does he own Tidal too? I think, right?
I believe so.
I don't know. I just don't see how he fits into the fitness world. He's no like Julianna and Michaels, or I don't know.
Yes, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. So this next one has been keeping me up so much at night. I've been procrastinating a lot by researching it, all my projects that I have to do. But it's called Helium, okay? And it's a sort of digital currency sort of thing, and people are making so much money off of it. It's essentially, you know how Verizon, all them are putting up 5G towers around to like get coverage? This is almost kind of like a people's network sort of thing, where you buy the 5G device, put it up in your house or location, wherever you're at, on top of your house, antenna, whatever. And then all the phones that connect to it give you a digital currency called Helium, which right now each one Helium is about like $19. So there's someone south of 3rd Street right now making $5,000 a month.
This sounds not real. This sounds like a scam. This sounds like it can't end well.
That's what I thought.
So the goal for consumers would be to have better service?
Right. It'll make it so that there will be better service without all the towers. So if someone lives in like a high rise and puts one up, that's almost the same thing as like having that 5G tower. And they create a web together. And depending how many people interact with yours, they make you more money. And I mean, if that, like you can make like 50 or 60,000 in passive income if it stays at that rate.
There has to be a drawback. There has to be. This sounds too good.
Yeah.
I mean, this sounds kind of scary.
I definitely can see that, like in big cities, this would be hugely beneficial because like everything's so crowded that the service can be like really terrible in some areas.
That's completely right. Yeah, they're best in big cities. You make the most money in big cities. So.
Well, very interesting. Yeah. I'll be excited to see when you set this up for yourself and start.
I'm about to buy one. It's like $400 for the unit, but I don't know. It seems cool.
And in some fun pop culture news, Selena Gomez is set to star in Petra Collins' psychological thriller Spiral, and Drake is actually on board to executive produce. The story follows a former social media influencer whose addiction to social media is causing her body to literally fall apart. It's going to be kind of like this very psychologically, like kind of crazy looking movie. I'm kind of excited for it. I don't know once again, I don't know what Drake knows about producing, but I think it'll be fun to watch.
Yes, I mean, it'll be definitely interesting to see like kind of the dramatization of like social media, and like all those type of movies are super interesting as they've been popping up more. So
yeah, I can definitely relate to the plot kind of, because I am such a TikTok addict now.
Are you falling apart?
That your body is literally falling apart?
I look at my settings and it's like 4 to 5 hours a day maybe. I mean, it is my, it's such a vice.
I don't look at those settings because I kind of don't want to know, but oh my gosh.
It's terrible.
You'll just start scrolling and it's like impossible to get off of it.
It's just designed for that exact purpose, to just hook you and keep you there. And I deleted it like at the end of the summer. I thought I'm not going to touch it. Why not re-download it right around finals time, right?
Yeah,
What a terrible idea.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see like what they show in the movie and like how it ends up for main character.
I think that Selena's really, she said that she's really preparing for this role. They're saying that like this could be an Oscar-worthy performance. I'm excited for it.
Wow.
Very excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
So before we finish up our last unnecessary updates, we have some personal updates to share. What's next for you, Asher?
Oh my gosh. So after I graduate, I got a job out in New York City. I'll be going in September to work for a really great company called Ogilvy. I'm so excited. I'm very nervous because I don't really know that many people out there, but I just feel like everything I've done here these past 4 years has led up to this, and I feel just so ready and excited to move on, really.
Well, congrats. I'm so excited to see what you do next and, take on New York. That is so exciting.
Yes, please come visit.
Yes.
I
for
will.
sure. And what about you, Michael?
So I'm currently kind of in talks, wrapping up an interviewing process with a station out in Northwest Ohio. And I'm just kind of like feeling it out. I got to go tour the station and, figure out if that's where I want to go and stuff. But once I check it out, we'll see if I like it. I know our former correspondent actually works there, Jack Bassett. It's in Toledo, Ohio, so it'd be kind of cool to catch up with him
That'd be
again.
awesome.
Yes.
But what about you, Jules? What's up for you?
I am going to be moving to Pittsburgh in July to go start working for Dick's Sporting Goods at their headquarters doing a marketing rotational program. So I'm so excited to, pursue my marketing passion and hopefully use a lot of the skills that I learned here at IUSTV as well. So very excited. And now we are going to kick it over to TBBC crew member Emily Greggs for her take on the best and worst dressed at the Oscars.
Thanks, guys. So like Jules said, my name is Emily Greggs, and today I'm going to bring to you my personal fashion review from the 2021 Oscars. Usually I'm behind the scenes in the control room, but since it's our last show, I thought I'd give everyone something to remember me by. So today I'll show you some of my top 5 favorite looks from the night, followed by my top 5 least favorite looks of the night. Again, this is just my personal opinion, and I'm not an expert, but this blazer makes me feel like I'm one. So starting with my favorites, in 5th is Amanda Seyfried. We love the red dress. I love the cut. It's very unique. It's different. I also just love her because I was obsessed with the movie Letters to Juliet. Not a great movie, but it's still pretty nostalgic for me. So in the 4th position is Lakeith Stanfield. So I love him and his little 70s vibe here. I thought he was different. He kind of brought it, and I think he looks great. So I had to put him on the best dressed. And number 3, Regina King and Louis Vuitton. I mean, I just love this cut, the shoulders, it's unique. Some people didn't like it, but I mean, if you were a Daddy Daycare fan, like, you've got to stick by her. So she's the best, but I love this color. She looks great. Number 2, we have Coleman Domingo, and I'm living for the hot pink. I love pink, favorite color, shocking, but I think he looks so awesome. I love the kind of like rainy feel, the silver feel on the top, but he looks so great and I love him so much. So next, and my personal favorite, is Zendaya. I mean, she's a queen. Every award show she steps out and she looks great. She never looks bad. I don't think she possibly can look bad, but just love her so much. So that's my best dressed. I mean, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So, but the worst dress is the most fun, so we'll move on to that. For some reason, these rich people have stylists, but they still sometimes, they miss the mark sometimes. And I really hate to admit, but on my number 5 is one of my favorite actresses, Laura Dern. She's like everybody's favorite like mom character in every movie, but she kind of is giving me ostrich vibes. I'm not sure if I like the A-line cut. Just not feeling it. I'm sorry, Laura Dern. I love you. I know you'll never see this, but just know I love you. Number 4 is Questlove. He's wearing golden Crocs, and I know they're golden, but you just can't wear Crocs on the red carpet or honestly anywhere. I know they're coming back, but still, I'm not a fan. But yeah, yes, it's no. It's a no from me. But number 3, we have Glenn Close and Armani, and so the pants under the dress is giving me very middle school vibes with my skirt and leggings. And it's a pretty color on her and the gloves. It's too much. It's too much. There's too much going on. So number 2 is her. And this is a tribute to Prince, and I love that, but I'm just not sure if I like the whole ensemble together. Some people had mixed opinions on this. She's beautiful, and she does look good, but the whole outfit together is just, I'm not feeling it. I don't know. But number 1, I have Celeste Waite and Gucci. This is like, I just don't know what's going on. Like, what's the heart? The dress is just not, I don't really like what's going on. She's kind of giving me like Snow White vibes, but altogether, I know I'm not a fashion expert, but this is just not my favorite. But there you have it. That's my Oscars 2021 fashion review. I want to thank the whole Bloomington Breakfast Club crew for giving me the best experience here at IUS TV. I'm truly going to miss working with you all more than you know. And congrats to all of our 2021 grads. I'm going to miss being here every Friday early in the morning. Thanks again, everybody.
None of this would be possible without the help of our executive producers, Amy Gallagher and Ellie Van Buskirk. We are so excited to bring them on camera with us today to talk about some of our favorite TBBC moments before we all graduate next week. So first, tell everyone a little bit more about what you do for the show.
Yeah, we do a lot of the back end stuff. So I remember one time someone put it that we do everything to make sure you guys can come in and do what you do without having to worry about any of it. So yeah, we book studio time so we can be in the studio. We print off the scripts. We get all of the drives together so we can record the show. What else? We do so
had
much.
like our crew meetings where we work on who's going to be working what position this week. Just making sure we have guests, everything's smooth and ready to go for our studio time.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys are truly like the go-to girls. Anytime for guests, you guys have done an amazing job at getting so many creative guests and interesting people on the show. And truly, anytime around the clock, you guys have always just been there to help the show run smoothly.
Absolutely. So we've done a lot of shows together, this team and everybody back there. What has been some of your favorite shows? Like, what's your absolute favorite?
Oh gosh.
Ellie, to put you on the spot.
There's so many good ones, but I have to say one of my favorites was when we had the witches in.
Oh, yeah.
Just because they were just really cool guests. It was really cool to learn more about sort of their lifestyle and stuff like that, things I was not familiar with at all. But then also I was directing that day, and it was really funny because I have a headset on so I can talk to everybody and all that stuff, and we started getting feedback in the headset that we'd never had before and still have never had since.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was so
Oh my
spooky because
goodness.
Jules was at the end, she's like, can you curse us? And then we were like, it's the curse, it's happening already.
I know,
Yes.
it was their energy. They
It was
brought it
definitely
into the
interesting
studio.
energy in the studio.
Yeah,
for
and then we
sure.
never heard it again.
Never. So we'd never had that issue
That is
before. We
crazy.
had it that
Energy
day. We
field or
haven't had it
something.
since. So that was very
God, yeah.
memorable.
Wow.
God, my favorite one, I love Big Red Love. Big Red Love is so fun. I always think, because we did it again this year, because we hadn't done it for 2 years, and I think back to 2 years ago when we first did it, and when Jules did it, it was always so funny. That'll always be a favorite. But this season, I feel like when we did it, it looked so great. The guys we got were just phenomenal. It was
Yeah,
so
they were
funny because
awesome.
behind the scenes, the guys were I thought they were gonna leave with each other's phone numbers because they were hitting it off so
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
The energy was so
There's
good.
such
Caroline was
chemistry.
so fun.
They became buds. It was
They
awesome
did.
to
The
see.
graphics looked great, and it's always fun to kind of we get in such a routine sometimes of just doing the show format the way it always is.
Yeah.
So it's nice to kind of switch it up once in a while in terms for writing the show, directing the show, set, everything. Yeah. So I always love Big Red Love. What about you guys?
I love when the crew just gets super excited about a show. Big Red Love is definitely an example of that. And another time was Switch Our Brewery. We all showed up there at 10 a.m. on a Friday morning. It was absolutely just so much fun being able to be in a different environment and watch the crew really just get excited about a shoot. And we're picking where we were gonna set up the shot. And they did give us a few freebies after the show, so that's always super fun. And it's just great when we just get to have cool experiences that I know that we wouldn't have been able to do without the show.
Yeah, absolutely. I love when we get to just go on location and really just kind of put ourselves in that environment. So mine's kind of similar to yours, Ellie, as far as Halloween theme. I loved it when we went to that haunted house sort of walkthrough sort of thing. And I mean, we just went through the whole
was so
thing, and we had the camera following
That was
and the
such a fun
reactions.
episode.
Yeah.
My favorite part was the way Jules
Jules was so freaked
she was
out. Oh my
absolute
god.
panic mode, just
Yes.
freaking out. It was just.
I get very easily spooked at like jump scares, and then the edit that they did with when it backed up and showed me getting scared all those times after the ending, I was like, oh, that wasn't that bad, that wasn't that scary.
that one made me laugh the most,
That was
I
so
think.
Yes.
funny.
That was so
Oh my
good.
god.
So as we've been doing the show for like since season 3 now, it's been so long and so many things have changed. Like obviously the studio looks a little bit different right now. So let's talk about some of the challenges that we faced and how we've kind of overcome those as a team.
Yeah, you know, obviously COVID put everyone in a really tough position, but we were saying today that it's so cool that this whole year we've still been able to come here and use the studio because so many student organizations were put in a really tough position where they couldn't do anything. So not to say that it wasn't tough to begin with.
Yeah.
In August, Ellie and I had to work really closely with our faculty advisor, Kenny, with the engineers, with everyone at IUS TV to make sure that we could still actually come here and make sure everyone was still being safe.
Yeah.
So that was just reworking the sets, figuring out how many people could realistically be in a set while still being in a safe distance, making sure every single person had a mask on. But I don't know, I feel like even though that was like a challenge in the moment, I feel like once we came in for our first episode with our COVID restrictions, we were like, wait, we can totally do this.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I feel like that was maybe one of the bigger ones, but honestly, I feel like we took it with such great like spirit and everyone did it so well. But I don't know, I feel like we always have, that's like a big challenge, but I feel like every single taping we have tons of
There's
little things.
always something.
We
Yeah.
have had the power go out.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
that was
that's
a
what I
real
was
thing.
gonna say.
Oh my god.
And just set up cameras and like always made it work. I feel like the crew always just comes in with such a mindset of like, okay, like how are we gonna get the show done today? Like we're just gonna roll with the punches sometimes and figure it out. I mean, we've had guests not show up, like we've had just about everything and truly like just always handled it. Like the crew has always adjusted and bounced back very quickly, and like that is just something that's so important when you're going into like a media career.
Yeah, I was gonna say the fact that like the adaptability of like everybody here and the whole crew, like there was never gonna be anything that made sure that we wouldn't get an episode done. Like
Yeah.
I mean,
And we never have. We've never had to just
Not
cancel
do
an
one.
episode. We've always been able to air it, which is such an accomplishment.
pretty awesome. So getting a little bit even more reflective here, what has been everybody's biggest takeaway from this experience of the Bloomington Breakfast Club?
I don't know, I guess the biggest thing that I've really learned, aside from just like the experience of like being in a studio and stuff, is really like, you know, like being a leader and that sort of thing, because I'm very like, I don't like to step on people's toes and stuff, and I'm not a very good delegator. That's one thing that Amy knows on our other show that we do. Whenever somebody has a question, like I like to do it, and I'm like, no, somebody else can take care of it. I have other things to do. So yeah, the biggest thing I've learned is just like what makes a good leader and that sort of thing, and that's been amazing and yeah, very helpful. But yeah.
Gosh, I don't know. I feel like there's so many. I literally have been on Bloomington Breakfast Club since my first semester of college. So I remember coming into the studio for the first time. I was literally so scared, and I was super, super shy. I like didn't really speak to anybody. Came in, did camera, immediately left. So I don't know. I feel like my biggest takeaway is I really like. I think found. Oh, that's deep. I was gonna say I found myself. Yuck, that's too deep. That's too deep.
It's a therapy session now.
Oh my god, yeah, no. But like I feel like through this show, I've really kind of figured out what I like doing the most, because every time I come here, it doesn't ever feel like a job or feel like I'm doing something like I don't want to be doing. So it's definitely helped me figure out like after college what I want to do with like my entire life, which is like, that's huge. So yeah, I love working with creative people. I'm not the most creative person, but I love working with all the creative people in the amazing crew because you guys are so inspiring. You're great to work with. So yeah, you guys have just helped me kind of like carve out my path in life. So maybe that's my biggest takeaway.
Aw, that's
How
very
profound.
And I completely agree. This morning I was being super sentimental when I was getting ready, and I went back and watched season 3, episode 1, my first time ever with Gabby being on the camera.
Australia
and-
Brago,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, and it was a field shoot, and just watching like how much I've become more comfortable on camera and really more comfortable with our guests. I feel like it's just really taught me to be able to talk to just about anyone. I mean, we've had such a range of guests on the show, and kind of I feel like that's something I'm always going to take with me, being able to, you know, be conversational with witches or business owners, city council representatives. So, yeah.
Yeah, looking back, I mean, being on camera, we've really had a lot of time on camera to just kind of hone our skills and stuff. But just, big takeaway for me as well would definitely be just, working with a team. Everybody worked so efficiently together and everybody did their tasks and did their jobs and just like really made something that was pretty great every single week, that we were taping. So it's just really nice to see that. So it's been awesome.
So as our time with IUS TV kind of comes to an end, what's next for you guys? Big dreams, big plans, I know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not positive. I'm going to stay home for the summer, save up some money, but then I'd like to move out to LA in the fall. I'm not completely sure if that's where I'm going to end up. Right now I'm going through the interview process for the New York City Directors Guild of America training program. So that's very fun. So if I get into that program, I'll be in New York for 2 years, but if not, I'll be in LA. So
Nice. Yeah,
options.
the classic media grind, maybe New York, maybe LA, but hopefully LA by like July, August. But you never know what's going to happen, so we'll have to see.
Very exciting. I am so excited to see where you guys go next. I know great things are ahead for both of you, and I really can't thank you enough for all that you've done for me and the rest of our crew here. We are so excited to announce that Caroline Parks and Morgan Ludwig will be the new Bloomington Breakfast Club hosts. Congrats, you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you
guys
so
for the
much.
opportunity.
Yeah, congrats on being the host for season 9. So, just because we want to know a little bit more about you guys and we want the audience to know a little bit more about you guys, maybe say your major, a fun fact, what year you are, that sort of stuff.
For sure. I'm Caroline Parks. I am from Chesterton, Indiana. I am a sophomore studying media management, industry, and policy with a business minor. And a fun fact about me is you might know me from B-Town Yums with Caroline.
And I'm Morgan Ludwig. I'm a freshman, about to become a sophomore, but I'm studying film with a specialization in directing. And a fun fact about me is in 7th grade, I lived in England for a year, which is
So cool.
Very cool. Yes, Morgan and I both went through the CHTV program at Carmel High School.
Yes.
So it's super awesome that you're now able to be the host for the Bloomington Breakfast Club. It's full circle. So what are you guys most excited for in this next season?
Well, I think for me personally, just having like a lot of the crew graduating and you guys, it's going to be really cool to see kind of the new culture that we get to build and just kind of the new crew that we get to have, and obviously all the new places and people that we'll meet. I'm just kind of excited to be on the other side of it and just kind of experience it all with Morgan too, of course.
Yeah, and for me, I'm most excited for like the different types of new guests that we're going to be able to get in. I'm interested to see just what kind of stuff is going on around Bloomington. And I was hearing you guys talk about the witches and just that experience of finding some obscure guests that have some really interesting, specific things to talk about, and just getting to know them and talk with them on the show is what I'm most excited for.
Yes.
Awesome.
Bloomington definitely has so many different unique spots and people that are popping up all the time, and I'm so excited to watch and see what guests you guys get next year. Good luck, and I wish you guys the best. Hoosiers, stay tuned for season 9 of the Bloomington Breakfast Club with Caroline and Morgan. We are being told by our executive producers that we have a special message, so let's take a look.
Jules, Michael, thank you guys so much for another great season of the Bloomington Breakfast Club. Lifestyle shows like this are all about great personalities, and you shine each and every week you're on camera, so thank you. To the amazing crew of the Bloomington Breakfast Club, thank you guys for all of your hard work. You're the backbone of this operation, and we could not do it without you. To Amy and Ellie, you guys are such amazing people to work with and such wonderful friends, so thank you. To all the graduating seniors, I know great things are yet to come. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.
to my Jules, Michael, Amy, and the rest of the TBBC crew. Hi guys, it's me, Gabby. And I just wanted to send you guys this video expressing my immense gratitude for all that you have done with the Bloomington Breakfast Club. It's really unbelievable, and I'm just beaming with pride. I really am. I watch every episode. And I'm so proud, Jules, of how you have really continued to hone your skills and to just make the show even better. You've always been so dedicated to it, and it means the actual world to me. And you should be so proud, really. I'm beaming, like I said, I'm beaming with pride. And Michael, I knew when you sat down in that chair next to me, by the way, for your little audition interview, I said, this is the guy. This is our guy. You've made the show better. You really have. You are the perfect addition to the show. Amy, my God, Amy, I just, thank you for keeping this up and running and making it what it is. And the rest of the TBBC crew, people that I don't even know, I wish I could meet all of you in person and get to know all of you, but the fact that, you know, you guys have been able to work on this show, I hope it's been a really wonderful experience for you. And I know a lot of the crew is graduating, so, which is nuts to me. How is this happening? I have no idea. It was just my last show, my senior year, feels like. But yeah, so the crew that is graduating, I'm not worried about any of you at all, because you're all so talented and such hard workers. You're all gonna be amazing in whatever you do. And these two new wonderful co-hosts that I hear that we're having on the show, nothing makes me happier. The fact that this show will continue for another semester, that it will continue for a new generation, if you will, a new TBBC generation. That's all I could hope for. The fact that this continues to help media students to come. I'm so, so proud of all of you. Like I said, wish I could be there to give all of you the biggest hug. We can't even do that. Ooh. Well, I'm giving you so many virtual hugs, you guys. Thank you for everything. I'm so proud. And grab your cup of coffee, Hoosiers, because it's gonna be a good morning. Bye, guys.
That was so sweet.
That was awesome.
miss Gabby so much, and I am so grateful for all the people that have made the Bloomington Breakfast Club truly what it is. I could not be more thankful to IUS TV and IU for all the experiences I have had as a host for the Bloomington Breakfast Club since season 3. I have had the chance to interview so many local heroes, business owners, and students making a difference in our community. I cannot thank the TBBC crew enough for all their hard work and dedication. The show truly would not go on without you all.
Yeah, it's been an amazing ride, and I couldn't be more thankful for the great opportunity of getting to make this show with such amazing people. We've done so much during our time here, and we've learned so much about the incredible local businesses and people that call Bloomington home. With the addition of our fantastic new hosts, Caroline and Morgan, I think it's safe to say we're leaving TBBC in great hands.
Thank you so much for tuning in, Hoosiers. Have a great summer, and be sure to tune in this fall for season 9 of the Bloomington Breakfast Club.